Is it rude, poor taste to ask how much something costs from a menu with no prices? Absolutely not. And the staff do not care, especially at the high-end restaurants. Some may consider rude, but I consider it practical. I'm not agreeing to pay for something if I don't know the cost beforehand. It is not rude, nor is it in poor taste. It is a smart decision. First date or 500th. Never buy anything you don't know the price of. Those who say, if you have to ask, you can't afford it, didn't get rich by not knowing the prices of what they were buying. I just want to say that this is one of the cutest edits I've ever seen. Editing to specify that my date was my wife of 14 years, and at this point I'm not super concerned at making a bad impression. But I also still try to impress her and treat her like we haven't been married for over a decade. And had 3 kids. If something doesn't have a price listed, I assume it costs more than I'm interested in paying. If it was something I really wanted, I would absolutely ask. Only a fool enters into a contract without knowing the terms. Personally, I would never buy something without knowing how much it costs. That makes no sense. It's not rude to ask, but it's not wise to take a date to a restaurant you're not confident you can afford. Also, if this is early on in a relationship, it's a really unwise way to date. You'll put yourself under financial pressure, and you'll find the type of person who values expensive things. If it's a special anniversary in a long-term relationship or something, it's a bit more reasonable. It's not rude. And generally it's not considered to be poor taste. Most of the time it's because the price of that dish fluctuates based on market cost of whatever it is. Although even that is usually just marketing. There are some restaurants where it would be considered poor taste. But those kind of places are usually pretentious as hell. If you ever want an easy way around it, just ask your server, tell me about less than insert menu item. They're well aware that what you're really asking is how much does it cost. But it lets them offer the information rather than you having to ask specifically. Nope, it's your own money you're spending. It's no one's business but yours. Nah, literally ask the waitstaff what you told us, what's the price range on the specials, cause I don't want to accidentally order a $200 lobster cacciatore. You're probably not at a venue where you're the target audience. It might be off-putting if you do this, but it's more of a reflection on the establishment, I suppose. This place sounds like a pretentious nightmare. If ya didn't want me asking, then ya shoulda left the numbers. I always ask, and what are today's prices, when they are listed at market price or unlisted. Never had any pushback at all. I do the same for unpriced liquor. It's rude to have a menu with no prices. If I'm not sure if my glass of wine is $9 or $300, I'm either asking or ordering water. Lol. I did once order a $100 glass of champagne just to see what a $100 glass of champagne tasted like. I felt very fancy. Lol. I recently heard about a couple on a cruise ship a few months ago that accidentally ordered a $5,000 bottle of wine, and yes, they had to pay for it. The price was not listed and they blindly ordered and drank it. Better to ask. Your description sounds like it was a prefix section of the menu offering up the chef's tasting. Edit. And if it was the market price section where asking about something you are interested in is expected. If it had been my wife, she would thought I was an idiot if I didn't ask. Or she would have asked herself. I think this is a trick restaurants pull to play on your pride. Who wants to look like a cheapskate? I'll be the items with unlisted prices were super expensive. In some real high-end restaurants it used to be customary to give the host at the table The senior male. A menu with prices, but everyone else got a menu without them. My grandfather used to take me to places like this when I was a kid. I think he was happy when I ordered a hamburger. No, it's not rude to ask. It's rude to not put prices on the menu. It's not a rude thing to ask. Or shouldn't be. But from my perspective, anywhere a menu doesn't list prices is catering to a specific clientele where such an issue is immaterial. If they consider being open and honest with their prices rude, they are rude. I don't think it's rude to ask. I learned the hard way. Restaurant had specials. It sounded good and we ordered. It was so expensive. I almost fell off my chair. We said something, but of course they wouldn't do anything about it. I will never order not knowing the price now.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.